One of the things I did to lose 30 pounds over the last year and a half is I had to know how to determine exactly what my calorie target was. So today I'm going to walk you through step by step using the Keto calorie calculator that I used to determine what those should be, so that you can get a good idea of how many calories you should be eating based on your individual situation. Hi there, my name is Susanne and I am a 5'2" woman over 50 years old. About a year and a half ago, no matter what I did, I could not lose weight. And it was at that time that I learned what I needed to do to be able to lose weight over 50, and I've been able to lose 30 pounds over that past year and a half. And so one of the things that I did that helped me lose that 30 pounds was I learned to figure out about how many calories I should be eating per day. Now, I am not restrictive with the calories that I eat, meaning if I am hungry, I will eat. But I do like to know in my mind around how many calories I need to be eating per day in order to be able to continue losing weight. I have another 15 to 20 pounds that I would like to lose. And even though it has gotten a little more challenging to continue losing weight, this calorie calculator helps me do that. So this is the keto calculator that I use, and I already have all of my specs listed in here, but I'm going to walk through each step with you. So I am a female, I weigh 145 pounds, and I am 5'2". It also asks for my date of birth so it can get my age. And then down here, it's going to tell me what my base metabolic rate is. The base metabolic rate resembles the resting metabolic rate. So that's if you were just laying down all day, that's how many calories you would need just to keep living. From there, they add in some additional calories based on how much energy you're actually expending over just laying down all day. So are you sedentary, which is like working at a desk job every day and you're not exercising at all? Lightly active, walking around a good amount of time. Moderately active, 3 to 5 hours per week. For example, daily 15 minutes of biking and 3 times heavy lifting per week. Or very active, such as a construction worker or somebody that's working a really hard manual labor job. So I choose sedentary so that I can see what my base calories should be. And then if I add in any exercise, I know in my mind that that's just going to give me a little bit of extra cushion. So that came up with around 1,300 calories that I need just to maintain my weight. It asks me for my body fat percentage. It has a feature in here where you can click on some comparison pictures if you don't know exactly what your body fat percentage is, but I have a scale that I use that actually gives me the estimated body fat percentage that I have. I'll put the link down below in the description so you can check that out if you're interested. It's one that's more on the lower end of expense. I went with one that had all the features that I wanted, but it wasn't the most expensive scale on the market. I think it was around $60 or $70, and it's worked great for me. Then it's going to take you through your optimal macronutrient ratio. First, it's going to talk about how many carbs you can eat. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I'm following a ketogenic diet, which means I'm keeping my carbs around 20 grams or less per day. I have been fluctuating a little bit between 20 and 50 lately, but less than 50 grams of carbs per day is the amount that you need in order to be in ketosis, which helps you burn fat instead of sugar, which means it's going to take your fat stores and it's going to burn those instead of burning the food that you just ate. So I have 20 grams in here because that is my goal. You can change that if you want to. And then you're going to figure out how much protein you should be eating per day. So I am trying to keep my protein up higher, or at least a reasonable amount, so that I am maintaining my muscle mass, and I'm also keeping my nails and hair and body healthy. So the minimum, based on all my stats so far, is 59 grams per day, and my maximum is 97. Now I try to get around 70 to 80 per day. That's about a half a gram of protein per body pound, and I find that that has worked pretty well for me. Now it talks a little bit about fat, and it says your goal is to eat enough fat to your liking. So when you're on the ketogenic diet like I am, you're not worried about fat, but you want to make sure you're getting enough fat to make the meals taste pretty good, because you're not going to stick on a plan if you don't like the foods that you're eating. So that's one of my rules. All of the foods that I eat every single day are my favorite foods to eat. And that has also helped me lose the 30 pounds over the last year and a half, because it's not hard for me to follow this plan. So down here, it's going to help you calculate how much of a deficit you are willing to take. In other words, how low are you willing to go with your calories to reach your weight loss goal for the week? So I start here under chosen intake with about 20% deficit. Now it says that is a moderate deficit that will give you fast weight loss with moderate difficulty, meaning it may feel a little challenging to eat at this deficit, but it's not going to be extremely difficult. If you find that those calories are too low and that you're getting hungry all the time, you can reduce this to say 15 or even down to 10. And it's going to give you a different calculation here. And then you can just play with those numbers, those calories, and see where your sweet spot is, what you can actually do, but you're also actually losing some weight. So I'm going to put 20% back in here for me. Now this is saying 1,073. And I already know there's a lot of people who are going, whoa, that is way too low of calories. But to be honest, I've gotten down as low as like 800 to 900 calories and I haven't really been hungry and I haven't felt tired and I've lost weight. So there seems to have been a rule that 1,200 calories is the minimum that has been passed down from generation to generation. I'm not really sure where that even started or how they came up with that number, because being a 5'2" woman, over 50, 1,200 calories sometimes feels like more than I actually need. So you want to play with this. Everyone's different. Some people just naturally need more calories than others. You want to figure out how to get your calories low enough to where you're actually losing the weight, but you're not feeling hungry all the time. Keto is great for helping with that because when you're on a ketogenic diet, it has a natural appetite suppressant, which I love. It makes it easier to be able to lower your calories and continue to lose weight without feeling like you're starving. All right, so based on my personal results, it's telling me I should be eating 20 grams of carbs, 70 grams of protein, and about 79 grams of fat. And if I do that, I'm going to lose around 2.3 pounds in a month. So I'm at the point now where I'm so close to my goal, within 15 to 20 pounds, that my weight loss has slowed down even when I follow my calorie target. So I really need to understand this and accept it if I want to continue to lose that next 15 to 20 pounds to reach my final goal. Is it worth it for me? Is it not worth it for me? These are the questions that you're going to have to ask yourself as well when you're looking at how many calories you should be eating every day and how slow or how fast your weight loss is going to take. All right, well, let me know down in the comments how your weight loss journey is going. Let us all know what's been working for you and things that maybe haven't been working for you. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next video.